place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear.
I, Ronald Reagan, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability,
And will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
January 20th, 1981. Ronald Reagan is sworn in as the 40th President of the United States. February 1981. Living up to his reputation as a cold warrior, the new president shows little interest in continuing a policy of détente. He cites the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and Moscow's sponsorship of communist rebels in Central America as deterrents to any talks with Soviet leader Brezhnev. Instead, Reagan calls for a dramatic and costly buildup of U.S. military power. March 1981. Soviet leader Brezhnev begins to amass Russian troops along the Polish border in preparation for an invasion to suppress the labor movement Solidarity. Many now fear a showdown between the superpowers.
If intervention occurs, we anticipate it happening within the next 24 hours.
The Soviets intend to invade. Let's call it what it is, Jim.
Well, if it's a matter of semantics.
When the president faces the press, and they want to know how we're going to react, it has to be stated unequivocally as an invasion.
In order to heighten or decrease tensions, Al.
You are trying to qualify an aggressive military action. I've had experience with these things, gentlemen. I know what they're like.
Careful, guys. Last time Poland was invaded, a world war erupted.
Moscow's been warned, Mr. President. We have to know how to respond.
I'm all ears.
Dobrynyan's anxious for us to lift the grain embargo. We've already agreed in principle, but we could always
Have you been
reconsider.
talking to Dobrynyan?
I met him at a party, Al.
What does our CIA director say?
Western bears are tricky beasts. Playful like a cub, but deceptively are seen. Therefore, it's imperative that we proceed with aggressive caution. Best like a bear than an eagle, but with an eagle's eye towards retreat, if called for under the circumstances.
I didn't catch that. Did anyone catch that?
He's unintelligible, sir.
Hey. Can't hear either.
Can't hear, can't talk. The perfect CIA director.
The Soviets considered Poland within their sphere of influence. And they'll go to war to keep it that way. What they're wondering is, will we go to war to stop them? Well, I say let's keep them wondering.
Any new employees on this list? They all have to have badges. Without badges, they don't work the room.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Dear Jody. There's a definite possibility that I will be killed in my attempt to get Reagan. It's for this very reason that I'm writing you this letter now. As you well know, I love you very much. Past 7 months, I have left you dozens of poems, letters, and messages in the faint hope that you might develop an interest in me. Jody, I am asking you to please look into your heart and at least give me the chance with this historical deed to gain your respect and love. I'll love you forever. John Hinckley.
It's cold, huh?
Everyone here except Rawhide? Dusty to daylight. Package is ready. Nearing 1400. Let's pull out.
Copy that. They're still meeting.
Mr. President, I have prepared a foreign policy white paper, taking into account the new budgetary constraints.
Well, that's a lot of white paper.
2,000 pages, sir. I've tried to meet Mr. Stockman's $2.6 billion worth of proposed cuts without cutting any aid to our friends in Central America. I have also included a chapter on why El Salvador is a guerrilla war that we can win.
Have you got anything shorter?
Yes, I have a 20-page outline that we've been working from.
Let me tell you something, fellas. Most of you are new here. I'm new here. We're just getting to know each other's work habits. For instance, my predecessor's habits included keeping track of who used the tennis court out there. Me, I'm a big picture guy. You're my detailed man. I don't need details. Just give me the essence of it. Can you summarize this in 1 or 2 pages?
1 or 2?
1. Got to avoid these moves, counter moves. Think long term. They can't keep up with us. The Soviet Union's a house of cards.
Mr. President, could we speak a moment about this crisis control issue?
Sure, Al.
Al, really, we've got to go.
Are you going to stand by your appointment of the Vice President? This directly affects my position as Secretary of State, and I really need a clarification, sir. It's been very difficult getting an appointment to see you.
Why is that?
I think that the State Department is best able to deal with crisis situations.
Vice President Bush is going to handle it.
I think that's a departure from precedent, sir. I believe, with all due respect, that the Vice President's staff is too small to handle the complex tasks that are required.
This has nothing to do with you. I have complete confidence in your ability. But George Bush is a very able man. I promised him he'd be an active vice president. Now the man has got to have something to do. You're my foreign policy guy.
Mr. Deaver, the card.
Right.
Key card, sir, with the authorization code. You need to select a number group for today, sir.
Oh, yeah. How's that?
Very good. You keep the card, sir, as usual. Without it, the launch codes can't be activated. You've got to go, sir.
Jody, this letter is being written an hour before I leave for the Hilton Hotel. I would abandon this idea of getting Reagan in a second if I could only win your heart and live out the rest of my life with you, whether it be in total obscurity or whatever. I will admit to you that the reason I'm going ahead with this attempt now is because I just cannot wait any longer to impress you. I've got to do something now to make you understand in no uncertain terms that I am doing all this for your sake. By sacrificing my freedom and possibly my life, I hope to change your mind about me.
Didn't go well? The magazines arrived.
Taking command. Shit. I can't get a meeting with the president. I can't get him on the phone. Only time I ever see him is with that goddamn troika present.
Well, these guys were with him in California, Jack.
Ah! Being undermined by weenies. Second-rate ham bones. I want you to redraft that resignation letter.
You can't resign on the eve of a Soviet invasion.
Pat says I've become more irritable and short-tempered since the triple bypass. What do you think?
Well, before the surgery, you weren't exactly a pussycat either.
You keep me in line, buddy. You keep me on the straight and narrow.
I will.
Do we have an ID on that gray jacket?
Got that stagecoach over? How we doing in the sky? Ride's coming.
How are you? You're doing a great job so far.
Break it up.
I voted for you, sir. Back off.
Nice to meet you.
What are you going to do about Paul?
Good luck in there.
Good luck. Present, sir.
What about the Polish behind you, Mr. President?
You lay out the baby's diaper like a baseball diamond. You put the baby's bottom on the pitcher's mound. You hook up first and third, and then you slide home underneath. And if it starts to rain, the game ain't called, you just start all over again.
That dumb joke works every time.
So, I'm going to try to communicate a little bit today. And I hope you'll forgive me if I point with some pride to the fact that I'm the first President of the United States to hold a lifetime membership in the AFL-CIO union.
Sir, hold on. No one's allowed inside without a pass. Sorry. Excuse me.
You're not supposed to be in here. Kid, this floor's off limits.
I am not a kid.
The Polish workers stand as sentinels on behalf of universal human principles, and they remind us that on this good earth, the people will always prevail.
Fighting's almost done. The stagecoach turned around.
Now, I know that we can't make things right overnight.
So I'm asking you, as I ask all Americans during these months of decision, please follow me on this new path. You and your forebears built this nation.
Stagecoach is ready.
Please help us rebuild it. And together we'll make America great again.
Stagecoach is ready, sir.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Mr. President?
Not now, Jim. The moment's got to be right. Exits are important. Thank you.
Right, it's coming out.
We're secure under these.
You broke my ribs.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You haven't been hit, have you?
Jesus. Well, you shoved me down. I felt like a hammer hit me in the ribs.
Oh, blood. Bubbly. Half back. Rawhide is spitting blood.
He cracked a rib when I threw him in the car. He may have a punctured lung. We're nearing Crown. I'll call ahead to get him ready to check him out.
We should go to the hospital.
We're almost home.
I can't breathe.
We're going to George Washington. Change course fast. We're going to GW.
Yes, sir.
Somebody get a stretcher.
No.
Back up.
No.
Back up just a little bit. Straight up. Right through here. Thanks. Stay back.
Don't move! Back off! Move! Back off! Get back! U.S. Secret Service!
This way.
Everyone stay back! Stay back! Everybody stay calm!
I'm fine.
Is that who I think it is?
Take him into the code room.
What's that, sir?
Did you get him?
The shooter? Yeah, we got him.
Find out what his beef is. Yeah.
5A. 5A, this way. This way.
I can't breathe. Breathe.
This way.
Get him in here. Get him in here.
Up here.
Okay. All right.
Get his coat.
Okay. Line down.
I can't breathe.
Okay, get some oxygen on him. And get a call out to Ben Allard fast.
I'm on it.
Okay. What's the deal? Did he have a heart attack?
Yeah.
He's in acute distress.
How's the blood pressure?
Prep it.
Right there, we're gonna
Damn. If it ain't Ronald McDonald.
get him out. Call up Prep OR1.
Yeah, let me see your Uzi, man. Yeah, that's right. Wheel the nigga out. Some violent streets out there. What y'all motherfuckers gonna do about that?
Perkins FBI, need to know who's in here.
Treasury's in control.
Oh, you guys haven't done enough today?
Fuck off.
I can't hear.
Okay, there's too many people in there. Can we have some quiet?
I can't get any systolic pressure.
Okay, get me some blood. CBC Chem 7 portable chest. Stat.
Ben, any idea what's up?
I heard there were people with guns down here.
Rawhide's fine, you just hurt his ribs.
Reagan, R-E-A-G-A-N. First name, Ronald.
Address?
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Oh, who are these guys?
Let them through. Doctors Allard and Gregorio. Go ahead. Insured?
Yes. If you have any further questions, you can direct them to Mr. Deaver.
Doesn't anybody call ahead when it's the president?
Mr. Reagan, where do you hurt? What happened?
It was a shooting. President wasn't hit, but I had to throw him in the limousine, and we think he cracked a rib. He started to cough up blood. They wanted me to bring him to the White House, but I figured it's better to bring him here.
Well, he'd be dead by now if you hadn't.
I knew he was hurt bad, but he wouldn't let anybody help him. I'd never seen anything like it.
Turn on the television.
An unidentified would-be assassin has taken shots at President Reagan as he left the Washington Hilton Hotel just minutes ago. The White House says the president has not been hit. I repeat, he has not been hit. 3 shots, possibly more, were fired. 3 persons were wounded. Among them,
Get
Press
Baker on the
Secretary
phone.
James
He's
Brady.
on his way to the hospital. He'll call
Where's
us
the
from
vice
there.
president?
I'm trying to find that out.
What do we know about the assailant?
I don't know.
Well, get on with it.
Emerged from the hotel after the speech when the shots were fired. Again, we repeat, shots were fired at the president. However, he has escaped injury.
I'm not getting any pulse.
Acute coronary thrombosis?
There are way too many people in here, folks. Clear the room.
Come on.
Whoa. Sir, hey, knock it off.
0.
No pulse.
She's going into shock. All right, roll him over.
You see anything?
Nothing.
Other side.
All right, wait. All right, I found a bullet hole. He's been shot.
I got a bag.
Went in under his arm.
King Neck D5.
I don't see an exit wound.
You have the x-rays, Doc. Oh, why not?
Was that a fragment of the whole thing?
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Give us a report, doctor.
He's got a collapsed lung. We got a hemothorax. We gotta get a chest tube. We need a chest tube in here.
Pulse coming in 78.
Anybody know the caliber of the bullets fired?
Yeah, I'll check. Hold on. You need to know the caliber? Yeah, we can't give that out.
The doctors have to know.
It's part of the investigation.
This is the president. We gotta know now. Right now.
Come on. 638.
That's bullshit. I was there, and it was a 22 short barrel.
38 public in this slug. Unless it broke up inside him, in which case we got much bigger problems. Chest tube ready?
Set.
Xylocaine?
All set.
Right there, we're gonna get a tube. Let's go.
Heart monitor setup. Check.
Who are you, sir?
I'm Mike Deaver, White House Deputy Chief of Staff, and I need to know the truth.
There's a bullet right next to or possibly in the president's heart, and we stand a good chance of losing him if we don't stop the bleeding. Now, do I have your authorization to do whatever's necessary? Measures could be drastic to save his life.
Yes. Yeah, do what you have to do. My God, he's gonna die.
Where's Ronnie?
He was hit, Nancy.
Well, you said he was okay.
The doctors just confirmed it. He has a bullet in his chest.
I have to see him. Is that Jim Brady? Oh my God. Look at him. Look what they've done to him. I'm sorry.
They're working on him.
I want to see it.
No, not yet, Nancy, please. The doctors are in there.
Mike, they don't know how it is with us. He has to know I'm here.
I'll make sure he does. And as soon as they have him cleaned up and stabilized, you can see him.
Jim, we have to soft pedal this. The children need to hear it from me.
I know.
And tell Don Reagan this is the first president shot since Kennedy, and it's on his watch.
Mrs. Reagan, we've got a room you can wait in. Who's this way?
I understand that there were some agents hurt also.
Yes, ma'am. Agent McCarthy took a bullet, and a police officer as well.
Would you let me know how they're doing? And make sure their families can see them.
Yes, ma'am.
This way, Mrs. Reagan.
Mike, the press is breathing down our neck. We gotta get a statement out.
Well, there's nobody at the White House. George Bush left for Texas this morning. Tell him we're running things from here. I'll call Al Haig and have him inform the cabinet. Is Speaks over there?
Yeah, sure. Larry can handle press. Dave Gergen's over there, too.
Well, fine, but everything is through me. I'm nearest to the president. You go out and handle the press out there and keep it brief but positive.
Absolutely.
The president was wounded slightly during the attack, but he's all right. The president is doing just fine.
Now, Lynn, earlier we were told that he had emerged unscathed and unhurt, and now we hear that he's been struck. What is the real story here?
They both are, Sam. Now, come on. It's what we thought at the time. I'm just gonna have to wait until further reports come up on this thing, all right? The president is doing fine.
Speaker from the hospital.
I don't know that
You don't know if he's conscious? What's going on?
I can only say so much. I'm sorry.
Is the president in surgery right now?
The president is stable. I don't know at this point in time.
Jim. Al is serious. The bullet is next to the aorta, and the doctors are concerned he may bleed to death.
I'm watching Nufziger on television, Jim. We gotta be careful about these reports. We need an accurate information base. There are worldwide repercussions here.
I understand.
This is how conspiracy theories take hold. I don't want another Dallas. Vice President been informed?
Yeah, Peter Thiele got a hold of him. He was about to fly to Austin from Fort Worth.
Is he coming back?
No.
Why not?
Oh, well, because when they spoke, the reports were the president was okay, so Bush decided to proceed with his schedule. He's probably airborne by now.
We gotta get him back here as soon as possible. In the meantime, somebody's gotta handle crisis control. Jim, you worked real hard to have this taken out of my hands, turned over to the vice president. Now you can't get him back to Washington. I'll handle this.
Can you hold on a second, General? He wants to know who's going to run crisis control.
Can we run it from here?
It has to be a senior cabinet officer. It has to be from the White House. Our information is limited here.
You want that lunatic running this thing?
Jim. I'm senior cabinet officer. I'll handle this.
Very well.
Give me the phone.
I'll get over to the White House. I'll set up a command center in the Situation Room. I'll coordinate the cabinet. You be my point man at the hospital. I don't want to have to talk to anybody else.
Well, when you get set up there, you let me know.
Mr. President, there's a bullet right next to your heart. You're gonna open up your chest, get that bullet out of there, and fix you up.
Oh, sounds good to me. Let's get on with it. Does Nancy know about us?
Ronnie, what did they do? What did they do?
Honey, I forgot the duck.
I brought you jelly beans, darling.
I need to speak with you. Careful, Mrs. Reagan. Are your people going up?
We have to be at his side at all times.
Your husband has lost an incredible amount of blood. There's a bullet in his chest. We have to stop the bleeding. Now, surgery could be anywhere between 2 and 5 hours, depending on complications. Now, I must tell you, it's very serious. He may die.
Do your best, doctor. Save him, please.
You know, Ben, I was thinking maybe we should get Keller up here.
What?
I shouldn't be in there. I'm a liberal. I never even voted for the man.
What are you talking about? It's just another operation, Joe. We can't think of him as the president.
Oh, sure. I mean, the fact that the entire world is waiting with bated breath.
Do you know your history?
History? You think this is a good time?
Listen to me. Garfield and McKinley were shot by assassins, but they were killed by their doctors. Shock, panic, VIP medicine, call it what you want. Both presidents should have survived.
Okay. Okay, Mr. History Buff, here's the first tough decision. We got a 7-year-old patient in there that we need to put to sleep, and he's eaten lunch in the last 2 hours. What do we do?
What we do with any other patient. All right, Selleck maneuver, calculated risk.
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Dear Lord, please guide me and help me through this. Find it within your power and your mercy to help me heal this man.
Need a tie, Abby?
Let's go, let's go. I need scalpel.
Mr. Reagan? Dr. Knopp here is our anesthesiologist. He'll give you a shot to put you to sleep, and then we'll begin.
I hope you guys are Republicans.
Mr. President, today we're all Republicans.
Yeah, Jim? Who's minding the store?
Call this the Monroe Door. As in Maryland, not the doctrine. This way, sir. Like this place, buddy? Used to be a bowling alley. We have secure ground aware?
Yes, sir.
Need to get in contact with Air Force 2.
The NSA operator will connect you. Oh, Mr. Secretary, there are cabinet members upstairs.
Send them down.
Scalpel?
All right, gentlemen. I don't have to emphasize to you the depth of the crisis that we face here today. The president's condition is critical. We have to conduct ourselves in a manner and capacity that will make him proud. We also have to convince the nation and the world that the government is running smoothly. Want to take some notes, David? Now, I want to go around the table and ascertain the facts. We have to prepare a statement for the press. We have to cable our ambassadors abroad. We have to make a full report to the Congress. Where's Weinberger? You want to get the defense secretary in here, for Christ's sake, and call the chairman of the Joint Chiefs? We got to get a full report on the Polish situation. Mr. Treasury Secretary.
Yes, sir.
What do we know about the assailant, if anything?
His name is John W. Hinckley. Dropped out of Texas Tech this past fall. He was arrested at the Nashville airport for carrying 3 guns in his carry-on bag plus 30 rounds of ammunition. Now, the president was campaigning in Nashville that day, and we've confirmed that Hinckley was at that rally. This incident was reported to the FBI, but not, I repeat, not, conveyed to the Secret Service by the Bureau.
It's standard procedure to pass that on, Don. Have you confirmed that?
Bill Webster told me that just before I left to come here. I suppose that the director of the FBI should know. My agent scoped in on Hinckley right away, but had no probable cause. Now, if he had been on file, as he should have been, we would have arrested him on sight. Now I've got the First Lady screaming for my head.
Okay, so what do I got here?
A grade A psycho. He apparently did this to impress the actress from the movie Taxi Driver. Another interesting tidbit, he's a member of the American Nazi Party. Only the Nazis expelled him because they considered him to be too dangerous.
What are you doing?
Can't get through to anybody. I had the hospital on the line, but then it's got...
Sir, we have Air Force 2 for you on the beige phone.
Mr. Vice President, this is Secretary Haig.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Are you there, Mr. Secretary? I can't hear you. We must have a bad connection.
Hello, is anybody there?
What was that? I can't understand you, Al.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
George.
I was informed of the shooting. Thank God the president wasn't injured.
Is anybody there?
Hello? Hello? Jesus.
George, this is Al. You want to get some phones in here that work?
The connection was fine a moment ago, sir.
What are you saying? I don't know how to use a phone. This is the operations center of the entire government. We need to be able to communicate with the outside world. Now get some goddamn phones in here. I don't care what color they are.
Yes, sir.
Good of you to join us, Cap. Any teletypes on Air Force 2?
Yes.
Buddy, draft a telex to the Vice President. Tell him to get back here as soon as possible.
My driver disappeared, so Bobby Inman drove me. We ran into some traffic.
You've been briefed?
Yes, I've approved a statement to be cabled to our foreign posts, and I've raised the alert status of our forces.
You did what?
I raised the alert status of our forces.
Did you know about this, General?
No. This is the first I've heard of it.
It's proper under the circumstances.
Wait a sec. Let's go back. Have the Soviets invaded Poland?
No.
Any moves across the border, anything unusual?
No, Mr. Secretary, they haven't.
So what is it that you've done, Cap, and why?
First of all, who appointed you to be in charge of these proceedings? Why are you running the show?
The chiefs of staff concur that as senior cabinet officer, I'm in charge of crisis control in the VP's absence. They're at the hospital if you'd like it confirmed.
Very well. You handle crisis control. I'll handle defense.
I can't do anything until I know whether you've raised the DEFCON.
I've done nothing of the kind.
Procedure is important here, gentlemen.
See if we can find a policy book regarding the 25th Amendment.
All right, Cap. This is real important.
Where would I find something like that? If somebody's gonna have one, make some calls.
Would you please tell us exactly what you've done?
I spoke to SAC and NORAD.
And you said?
That, in light of the Soviet situation, we should, so they don't get any ideas, heighten our readiness.
Great. You've raised the DEFCON. You do know what a DEFCON is, Cap. I mean, I know you're new at this job.
I know what DEFCON is, Al.
DEFCON 5, our forces in normal peacetime conditions. DEFCON 4, Air Force crews alerted to take off in 10 or 15 minutes. DEFCON 3.
Ouch. What, Ted? I'm trying to work here.
Who the hell are you?
He's a phone repairman, sir.
Alejandro, who are you?
You got a security clearance to be in here? Is this guy cleared?
Well, you can't work in the building without a clearance, sir.
Double check that. We're in crisis mode here. You just shut up and do your job, and then get the hell out.
Drafted the telex to the VP.
All right, David, when you prepare the statement for the press, make sure you tell them that he's returning to Washington. Don't tell them where he's coming from or when he's expected.
Beware the wolf out there howling. Wolfpacks off our shore. Watch the shore. The shore.
I think he's saying we need to monitor Soviet moves off our coast.
General, get to a phone that works and find out what the Soviets are up to.
Yes, sir.
You see, Cap, when the Russians realize that we've ratcheted up the DEFCON, they're going to do the same. And then we're going to be in a situation beyond our control.
Right. When Kennedy was shot, the Soviets thought we'd accuse them of complicity due to Oswald's Soviet...
Okay, that's enough. The Soviets are prone to lose their cool in situations like this. Their leaders may conclude that we think they're responsible for the attack on the president. The consequences of what you've done, Mr. Secretary, could be incalculable.
I did not intend to raise our DEFCON status, and I don't believe that I have.
You don't know what you've done. And until you figure it out, we have to assume the worst.
I can't get through to the Situation Room.
Me neither. I got Larry Speaks on the other line. He's in the White House press room.
We need to know.
Give us a second here.
Is the president in surgery? We have word the president's being
Listen to me, please, listen to me. We're gonna have a press conference, probably at the White House. We'll let you know. We'll shuttle you back and forth, okay?
What time?
Relax. Take it easy. Take it easy.
What time?
You all right?
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Secret Service guys want an update.
Tell him we're busy.
Yeah, give me a hand here. Let's get him out of here.
Careful, Ben. I'm worried about an embolism.
Yeah, I understand. We don't know where this thing is, Joe. We're gonna need more x-rays. Right away, Doctor.
What's an embolism?
Are you guys in there to protect the president or to spy on us?
Just trying to do our job.
You know, this may come as a surprise to you, but so are we. And you should be helping us, instead of interrupting with stupid questions and moment-by-moment updates. This isn't a fucking baseball game in there. That's the president.
Look, the bullet is lodged between his lung, which has collapsed, and his heart. It's difficult to get to. Right? If while searching for it, I nudge it accidentally, it could embolize. That is, be sucked right into the heart, causing instant heart failure. Or it could be pumped right on through the heart and into the brain, causing instant death.
So you want my guys out of there?
Yes.
Look, you've got the entire floor sectioned off, right? Well, just put a couple of guys outside each door and maybe we'll get through this thing.
Satellite photos for General Yates.
Proceed.
And these icons indicate their present position off our coast. Out of the box.
All of them are nuclear?
I'm afraid so.
What does that mean, out of the box?
Well, I'm sure our Secretary of Defense knows. Why don't you tell him, Cap?
I don't have to take that from you.
Take what? I'm just asking a simple question. You take everything so personally. To answer the question, out of the box means the Soviets are placing their nuclear submarines in attack formation.
Jesus, why? Also, we've got extraordinary activity out of their sub-bases at Polyarny. There's at least 20 subs heading at high speed into the Atlantic.
Great, red ones.
It's not unprecedented for Soviet subs to be out of the box.
Well, not in concert with the release of that many subs from their home bases. I mean, let's face it, gentlemen, what's happening here is in direct response to our increased DEFCON.
It could be an exercise. It happens.
Whenever you call for an alert? How often is that, anyway? Answer one thing, General. Can they strike first?
Yes, sir.
How do we stop them?
By striking first.
This isn't your call, Al. According to the National Security Act of 1947, National Command Authority devolves upon me. And if we had working phones here, I'd call Ed Meese and confirm it. Any issue involving defense is handled by me and by me alone.
Al, isn't there a precedent for this situation?
Well, not really. I mean, how often do we have an escalating crisis that's instigated by a defense secretary who's inadvertently put us on a war footing with the most powerful nation on Earth, and who then has the gall to demand that we let him handle everything?
Is that Larry Speaks?
That's upstairs, in the White House press room.
Turn it up.
We'll be down here hourly to update the situation while Lynn is at the hospital. All I can say at this time is that the president has a gunshot wound to the left side of his chest. He is reported in stable condition.
Larry, is the president in surgery? I can't really say.
Larry, Neil Reagan, the president's brother, was called by the First Lady and has been told that the president is in emergency surgery right now. Is your information going to be that far behind what we're getting from other sources?
That's the extent of what I can say at this time. We'll do our best to keep up.
Has the U.S. military been placed on any higher alert readiness?
Not that I'm aware of.
What is he saying?
This is bad.
Who authorized this?
I don't have that information at this time.
We're getting rumors out of the Soviet embassy
Will the vice president assume emergency powers?
Not that I'm aware of. I don't think anyone knows where he is right now.
If the president goes into surgery and goes under anesthesia, would Bush become acting president at that moment? Or under what circumstances does he?
I cannot answer that question at this time.
Who'll be determining
that's
the
a
status
hell
of
of
the
an
president
answer.
and whether the vice president should in fact become the acting president?
I don't know the details on that.
We gotta get him off.
Anybody else want to open their yap? Clear it through me. That's all the information I have right now. We will keep you updated.
You're not authorized to make reports or statements on first strikes or anything without first going through me.
General Haig.
He's not a general anymore. He's Secretary of State. I'm your boss, not him.
What are you gonna do?
Somebody's gotta calm these people down. Everything is falling apart.
Al's not gonna address the press, is he?
He's the last guy we want up there.
Mr. Brady has a serious head wound. That is all the information I have right now. We will keep you updated.
Get him off.
Give me a pen. We are attempting to get you the most accurate information we can, as fast as we can. But these things happen when we don't have time to research the facts.
Is there any speculation that the gunman may not have been working alone?
The Secret Service is investigating.
Who'll be determining the status of the president?
That's all I have to say right now. Thank you.
They ask you who's running this government at a time of national crisis, and you say, I don't know. They ask you who's defending this country at a time of national crisis, and you say, I don't know? What kind of a moron are you?
I'm Deputy Press Secretary.
Who authorized you?
Jim Baker did.
This comes through the Situation Room. This comes through me.
Tell Baker that. He's running things from the hospital.
We have to make a statement.
Well, let's get David Gherkin up here.
Fuck that! I'll do it.
Al? Hey, there he is. Mr. Secretary!
I want to touch on a few matters directly associated with today's tragedy. First, as you know, we are in close touch with the Vice President, who is returning to Washington.
Sounds like he's having a heart attack.
We have in the Situation Room all of the officials of the cabinet who should be here and ready at this time. We have cabled our friends abroad. The president's condition is stable, and he is now in surgery. And there are absolutely no alert measures that are necessary at this time that are being contemplated.
Why is he saying that?
Now, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to take them.
Crisis management, is that going to go into effect when Bush arrives?
Crisis management is in effect.
Who's making the decisions? Who's making the decisions for the government right now? Who's making the decisions?
Constitutionally, gentlemen, it's the President, the Vice President, the Secretary of State in that order. If the President decides to transfer the helm, he will do so. He has not done that. As of now, I am in control. I am in control here, here, at the White House, the White House, at the White House, the White House.
What the hell is he saying?
Secretary, what is the reaction of the Soviets on this? Any reaction?
We don't anticipate any reaction.
You'll remain in charge here for how long?
I intend to remain here until the situation clarifies, however long it takes.
You may have misspoken earlier on when you stated that you were third in line. I don't think the Secretary of State is third in line in succession.
Read your Constitution, pal. I have to go.
Well, I recognize
Not bad for a Lower Marion grad.
No stopping me now, buddy.
We're witnessing a coup, gentlemen. He's gone mad.
Ed Mace for you. I know, Ed. Yes, we've got a problem. You said absolutely no alert measures at this time. Why'd you say that? That's in direct contradiction to what I told you.
Just fixing your screw-up, Casper.
Oh, use a little tact, Al.
I hang pictures on those. I sent out a message of calm just now.
You lied. You lied. You stood up there and told the world we're not on alert when we are. The Russians know that. God knows how they'll react. You've put us in harm's way.
You know, I love the fact that you've twisted this whole thing around.
Another thing, Al, you misstated the succession. Now, I trust it was an honest mistake.
I misstated nothing. What are you talking about?
I'm afraid you did.
You guys just can't handle the fact that I've got the press eating out of my hands. Now, we've got to set aside these petty differences. We can't have dissension right now.
Don's right, Al. Succession devolves to the Speaker of the House after the VP.
Secretary of State's way down the totem pole.
Here's a copy of the Constitution as well as the 25th Amendment, which deals with the transfer of authority whenever the president is disabled.
I know the Constitution by heart. I'm third in line.
That's the way it was when we were in school, Al. It was amended in '67.
Congressional leaders today about the assassination attempt. He does not believe...
Since you know it by heart, Mr. Secretary, perhaps you could just state it aloud while the rest of us follow along.
Now to our correspondent.
Well, there's just no question about it. Secretary of State Haig was just plain wrong. Now, I have the Constitution here, and it clearly states that if there's neither a president nor a vice president to discharge the duties and the powers of the office of the president, then the Speaker of the House of Representatives shall act as the president. Now, after that comes the president pro tempore of the Senate, and only after that comes the Secretary of State. It's very clear.
Now, Secretary Haig seemed confused, out of sorts up there.
Well, yes, now this is cause for concern, too. Now, the Reagan White House has raised questions in the people's minds as to just who is in control here.
According to Mr. Haig, he's in control at the White House. Well, there you have it. We've clarified Mr. Haig's position at the White House for him. He may be going back to school and reviewing his Constitution.
Turn it off.
Return to more coverage shortly.
Turn that off!
We need the TV on, Al.
Right, there are too many people in here. Who are you people, anyway? You got a security clearance? Get these people the fuck out of here! Do I have to do everything by myself?
Sir.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm feeling like shit. Call the office. Tell Muriel to send my medication. The deputy press secretary's statements gave the impression that the government was in a state of paralysis. With the chief executive inactive, certain steps are necessary. And in the absence of the vice president, the orb of authority must be wielded by someone. The alternative, gentlemen, is anarchy.
Well, it's a matter of balancing the risks. He's lost a lot of blood, and he's continuing to lose blood. And if we keep fishing around for that thing, he's going to lose more blood, and we may not be able to stop the flow.
And you're saying if you leave the bullet in there, he'll be fine?
He's a long way from fine. But right now, gentlemen, it's the safest way to go.
Okay.
Great.
Did you guys notice any fragments in there?
No, just a 22 slug. That's what you confirmed, right? It's a 22.
Yeah, but it's a devastator.
What are you talking about?
It's designed to explode on impact. So if it hasn't exploded yet, it could at any time.
You gotta be kidding me. So you just simply forgot to tell us this? We're searching for a bullet that might burst on contact. That's...
We just found out.
Well, that settles it. We gotta get it out.
Yeah, great. Well, you guys just send the flak jackets when you're ready.
We're reaching a crisis point here, buddy, and we need your assistance. We've got to get Al out of here.
Out of here? What do you mean?
The press is scrutinizing this I'm in control statement he made.
Well, if that's all they talk about, we'll be fortunate, won't we? It's not working, buddy. The man needs a cold shower. I understand.
So, buddy,
Look, I served under Al in the 1st Battalion. Once near the Cambodian border, my patrol was cut off. We were surrounded, taking heavy enemy fire. We know that he's a hero, buddy, absolutely. Just let me finish. Back at base, Al, against the advice of his superiors, boarded a chopper and crash-landed it in the center of all the fighting. He led us in hand-to-hand action that cut through enemy lines. Those men love Al Haig. He never took them for granted. He never wanted to lose a single soldier. Now you can make fun of his mistakes. You can backstab him all you want. But I won't be party to it. I love that man. I owe him my life.
Yes? Yes, thank you. They reported calls to the White House switchboard saying that there's going to be another attempt on the president's life.
How many psychos have we got out there?
Too damn many.
We notified the hospital?
My people have been informed. The FBI is tracing the calls.
Stay on it.
You can count on it, Al. There's gonna be nobody get into that hospital.
Think this could work?
You serious?
Yeah, let the tubing track near the bullet. Why not?
Nice and easy, man.
Scalpel. There it is. Forceps.
Slowly, Ben.
What?
Damn it, we got a bleeder in the pleural cavity.
Section. EP's dropping.
Quantico, Virginia.
They've got the bullet out?
Yeah.
Can I see him now?
No, not yet, Nancy. He's still in surgery. They have to finish their work.
We have just into the studio, I'm afraid, some very sad news from George Washington Hospital. James Brady, the very popular press secretary to the president, has died from gunshot
Nancy.
wounds suffered in today's shooting outside the Hilton Hotel.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Now to our correspondent who is outside the...
Where is...
What happened, Mrs. Reagan?
Oh, haven't they told you? I'm so sorry. Jim's dead. They've just announced it.
Doctor, there's something you need to know about.
Hmm?
I'll be right back.
Let me say it like this. No one has told Mr. Brady or myself. Now, may I get back to work?
We'd like to amend a report from a few moments ago. James Brady is alive. Repeat, James Brady is alive. In serious condition and presently in surgery, but he is alive. Our earlier report that he had died, obviously a mistake. Our apologies, our sincere apologies to his family. I guess the president's men at the White House aren't the only ones in error today.
James Baker for you, sir.
Jim. Yeah, good news.
Yeah, it is good news. Al, you know, we are very concerned about this press conference you gave.
What about it?
Well, there's a lot of misinformation going around. I mean, Cap Weinberger's informed us of the Soviet situation. I mean, we have got a ticking time bomb here.
It's the Secretary of Defense who placed us in a DEFCON 3 alert. I'm just doing damage control.
Well, there are some people in that room who are concerned about your handling of this.
Really? Well, if you'll just give me their names.
That's not the point. I mean, you know, we have to spread out the authority here, delegate a little. You know, Ed and I, we want to handle the press, you know, and run interference here from the hospital.
The Situation Room is the crisis center. You guys want to come down here and be heard? That's fine. I welcome you.
We will inform the media that all decisions will be made here from now on so that myself and Ed and Mike can handle things calmly. We can't have emotional tantrums in the op center.
The last time I checked, Jim, and on this point, I know I'm right, neither yourself as Chief of Staff nor Ed Meese as Chief Counselor have any constitutional authority. Nor do you have any responsibility for foreign affairs. I refuse to abrogate my authority because I misspoke in a press conference.
What do we do?
It's a power move, plain and simple. Listen, Al. They got the bullet out of the old man, and we hope, we pray that he's going to be all right. I wouldn't want to have to tell him that you haven't been helpful here.
You guys have refused to support me since day one. And as for what the president would want, I believe I've acted completely in accordance with his policy, just as he would have acted. Now, it is regrettable that I misstated the succession. But that is nothing compared to the mistakes that are going on around here now. Mistakes that, if we're lucky, the press won't ever find out about.
General, we got a red alert at NORAD.
Say again?
NORAD, sir. All sensors read red.
Get the Soviet ambassador on the line. All right. Ed, we have a red alert.
This is what I mean now.
I can't talk to you now. I got a situation here.
Keep us on the line, damn it!
I'll put you on hold. Let me see the satellite reads, and let's see if we can get this confirmed with our allies.
Yeah, I'm doing that. It could be a computer glitch, a simulator.
Cap, you threatened to raise naivete to an art form.
It's possible.
Strategically, gentlemen, when you consider everything that the Soviets been up to lately. A launch like this makes perfect sense. All right, I need some hard information here. I need to know whether these missiles are submarine-launched or land-based.
All right, we're working on that, too.
If it's from their subs, we'll be toast in 5 minutes.
Get me Admiral Thomas. He has to give me the positions of all of the subs near the Soviet Union.
Well, before or after I get Dobrynin?
Have you got Dobrynin?
I'm on hold. He's away from his desk.
How far away? 5 feet? 10 feet? Is he taking a crap? Where's the briefcase?
I didn't bring one today.
The The football. The button. Where is it?
That'd be at the hospital near the president.
Ed, are you there?
What the hell's going on?
NORAD's reading a launch coming our way.
A launch? Now?
We're trying to get more details, but we have to know who's got the briefcase. Is he there with you?
Where's the bagman?
Bagman.
The officer with the briefcase. The football.
He's around here somewhere. Why?
Find him immediately. I'm working on it, Al. Now, don't do anything hasty. Jesus.
Is he back at his desk yet? No. Do we have a hotline to the Kremlin?
Well, we've been having a problem with that, sir, and we've been trying to...
But you're working on it.
Yep, just a moment. Tip O'Neill, Speaker of the House.
Not now?
He sounds angry.
Tip! Yeah, you're third in line. I know. It was a slip of the tongue. Yeah, I know. The press is freaking out. It's their favorite pastime. Look, I can't talk right now. I'm in the middle of something a little more important.
Thank you. Dobrynin will call right back. He was having dinner across the street at a Persian place. She had to run across to get him.
Well, the Caspian. Yeah, I go there all the time. They got great chicken kebabs.
Ed! Where's the bagman?
No one's seen Bagman.
He's supposed to be within 50 feet of the president at all times.
He's not down here. No one's seen him.
Well, we gotta find him.
Okay, I'll check around.
I found Mr. Football.
We located Bagman.
Who's got time to read this shit?
Here. PSYOP, Single Integrated Operating Plan for Nuclear Strike. EMDBL, Electromagnetic Database Launching System, or button. MAO, Major Attack Option.
Is NORAD still on the line? Is this NORAD?
This is Mies. What is happening in there?
Al, what are you gonna do? We need more intel.
Then get it!
Don't yell at me, Al. I'm doing the best I can.
I know.
What's happening in there? Put me on speaker.
Al, hit the button. The speaker button. Ed Mies wants to talk to us.
Hello, Ed.
The vice president is on approach to Andrews Air Force Base. From there, he's got a helicopter to the White House. Don't do anything until he gets there. Please, don't do anything hasty.
The number group, I need the card. That stays with the president. In his wallet. Didn't you guys get it? Nothing works without it.
Holy shit!
Hey, the president's clothes, his wallet, where are they?
Get out of here. We're operating.
We need his wallet, sir. What did you do with it?
We didn't do anything with it. Now get the hell out!
His clothes were removed in the code room. Emergency.
We had to get him ready for surgery. They were tossed in a pile, soaked in blood. I know. The FBI guys took it.
We need the wallet, Kirkus. Presidential property.
You guys didn't seem too worried about it earlier today.
We need the key card. There's a national emergency.
National emergency, my ass. With the wallet.
Hey! Hand it over now!
Easy.
Now!
Hey, come on, back up.
What the hell's going on here? Put those guns down! All we need is somebody getting killed around here. Now, what is this all about?
The president's nuclear authorization card, sir. They won't give it to us. The SOS needs it immediately.
Do you have it?
Yes, sir.
Well, then hand it over.
It's gonna have to go through the proper chain of command, sir. When the Attorney General gives the order, then you can have it.
I will not give that order. Without that card, we can't respond to any threat. The chain of command has been completely disregarded. The National Command Authority has been violated. There's been no invocation of the 25th Amendment, which is required when the president's been disabled. Now, constitutionally, there's been a complete meltdown. The system has failed. I will not continue the insanity. I've ordered my agents to proceed here ASAP. But no key card will be turned over until the Vice President arrives.
T-minus 15 minutes.
If this launch is total, Mr. Attorney General, we'll have exactly 3 minutes to respond. 3 minutes. This is a matter of national security and foreign policy, neither of which falls under the purview of your authority.
I accept that responsibility.
Tell it to the dead when the bombs start dropping. What have we learned from NORAD? Satellite intelligence, what are they reading?
I'm not going in that chopper.
Mr. Vice President, I have specific orders from General Yates.
Only the president flies onto the White House lawn.
We have a crisis here.
Not while Rawhide's fighting for his life. No way!
Sir, we don't have a police escort. The traffic's a bitch right now.
We better get going.
Soviet ambassador. Mr. Ambassador.
Mr. Secretary, the Soviet Socialist People's Republic convey deep condolences towards the American people and your president in the hope that he will fully recover from the dastardly deed.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Ambassador.
That, by the way, we had nothing to do with.
Mr. Ambassador.
Call me Anatoly.
Yes, Anatoly.
And may I call you Al?
There have been some unusual moves across your borders today by your military forces.
Dick.
We demand an explanation.
Put him on speaker, Al.
Have you people been having phone trouble, Al?
No. Why?
Just wondering.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again.
Christ, he's put the bin on speaker and cut us off.
Yeah.
There are a number of items that we need to discuss.
This doesn't make any sense. Get me the Pentagon.
What doesn't make any sense?
If they were going for a first strike, it'd be from their submarines off our coast. Why launch land-based missiles that allow us time to retaliate? And why is NORAD reading a launch and our satellite intel sees nothing? Hello, who's this? General Cobbs. General, this is Secretary Weinberger. I need you to check something for me.
We would take advantage of the present crisis.
Why would we think that?
When Kennedy was shot, your government was in such chaos we could have launched multiple strikes. but we did not because we are peace loving.
Ask him about the missiles.
Another thing we've noticed regards your ICBMs, sir.
ICBMs?
You're not testing a new missile today, are you?
You are the ones expanding your nuclear arsenal with weapons like MX First Strike missile, so cynically called Peacekeeper, and your Trident D5.
Answer the question, please.
Are you asking if we have launched an ICBM?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
You are joking, yes.
We are not joking.
Mr. Vice President, I've been ordered by the Attorney General to turn this over to you, sir.
Where's the football? In the sit room, sir.
I take it you know all that's gone on, the Russians?
Yeah, I've been briefed.
Hague's press conference, you know about that?
all about it.
No, it's only been for about 5 minutes. Thanks.
Cut it off. There was a scheduled simulation today. NORAD should have known. I just canceled.
A simulated incoming missile attack?
Today.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Mr. Ambassador.
We are not conducting any ICBM tests today.
Thank God you made it, George.
I am very concerned this shooting has made you all very paranoid.
We're okay.
Yes, damn it. The only thing he denied was them not having a test. He didn't deny a missile launch.
I have to get off now, Mr. Ambassador.
But wait, as for our activities in Poland, they are in concert with Polish national forces.
Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. What did he mean by that?
Something's on the television, guys.
You better be right about this one, Cap.
Right about what? What's going on here? You don't want to know, George.
This is a special report.
New York's toast. They're broadcasting from New York.
Just into our New York studios, word from the West Coast of a very surprising development.
L.A. got it? Why hit L.A. first?
There is no launch, General.
The Hollywood community this evening has decided at the last minute to cancel tonight's Academy Awards ceremony out of respect to President Reagan. Jack Valenti, president of the Motion Picture Association of America, just announced it.
Who gives a shit about the Academy Awards?
So he's all right.
Well, his temperature's higher than we'd like.
But he's all right.
We have to keep an eye on it. If it remains high, he might have an infection. Now, if that occurs, I might have to perform a bronchoscopy, which is a serious and involved procedure, which would require him to be under heavy sedation.
When can we see him?
We're willing to allow Mrs. Reagan to see him. It'll do him some good, but we don't think it's a good idea for too many people to go in there. He's weak, gentlemen. His condition remains critical.
Yeah, can we clean up now?
Good work. Thanks very much. One other thing, Doctor. The media's been clamoring for information. Lots of rumors floating around. We'd like to end it all right now. Issue a progress report, that kind of thing. Would either of you be available to make a statement?
Oh, sure, yeah, that's no problem.
We just need a simple statement, how well he's doing, how it could have been a lot more serious than it was, when he'll be back to work, you know, that kind of thing.
You a doctor, Mr. Deaver?
Of course not.
Then why are you telling us the condition of the patient?
Now look, the country needs to have its fears put to rest.
A simple statement is all.
Let me tell you guys something. If this Secret Service agent hadn't brought him here right away, the president would be dead right now, and there's no question about it. And he's not out of the woods yet.
So you won't make a statement?
I won't lie, and neither will Dr. Allard. Hey. Hey, who are you?
Dead! Do you hear me? Reagan's dead! Reagan's dead! He's dead!
true, Nancy. He's in recovery, he's stabilized, the doctors are on top of it.
Yeah, I've been told you'll be able to see him real soon now.
How soon?
Oh, is it true? You're not gonna report this, are you?
Is it true? Certainly not. They've removed the bullet. He's doing fine. The First Lady will go up and see him.
When do we see him?
Not yet, okay?
Then we go with the story.
Right, we've heard otherwise.
What story? There is no story.
I think the country needs some kind of proof that the president is still alive. Let me just go up there with a minicam crew. We'll put all these rumors to rest.
You already screwed up once. Real bad. Just ask Sarah Brady. Now, how bad do you think it's going to look if you misreport the death of a president, much less my husband?
With all...
Shut up!
Mike.
Bush has arrived at the White House. We got Russian moves into Poland.
Now, we've also noted an increase in coded radio transmissions and military transport flights into Soviet-occupied airfields inside Poland.
So they're in.
Yes, sir, they're in.
This is what Dobrynin was getting at. He thought we were calling about their troop moves, not some phantom nuclear strike.
The president's condition will necessitate another involved medical procedure requiring heavy sedation. Now, if this is indeed the invasion we've been expecting, we've got to make some hard decisions.
This is no invasion.
What would you call it, Cap? Dropping in for a neighborly cup of coffee?
Could we try sticking to the point?
They've still got 200,000 troops, tanks, and armored personnel carriers sitting along the border with no indication of movement.
There's no other hostilities either.
It's a preparatory phase, and no matter what you call it, an invasion's begun.
Fact is, the Russians already have, and have had for some time, thousands of military advisors working closely with Yaroselsky's national troops.
You're talking to a soldier, okay?
Jim, get Bush over here so we can deal with him one-on-one. Keep Haig out of it.
Yeah. George, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Jim.
Well, I think it might be better if you come to the hospital. I mean, we got the succession to deal with and how we're going to handle the press.
Any issue of succession should be dealt with all of the cabinet members present.
Al's right, Jim. We're all here. Might as well discuss it now.
He's not coming.
Fact is, Mr. Vice President, you're going to have to talk to the media yourself. Not tonight, tomorrow morning.
The media's going to want to know who's in charge, and we can't give out any more incorrect statements.
Exactly. And if I say the president is running things, they're going to want proof.
Two networks have already asked for a video crew to go up.
This is exactly what the 25th Amendment is all about. The president transfers power until he recovers. The vice president becomes the acting president.
Invoking the amendment is dangerous.
Dangerous. It's constitutional.
It'll raise doubts and fears about the true nature of the president's condition. Our allies will become worried about the future, and our enemies, especially given what happened here today, may become more adventurous.
The media will twist it around when the president recovers. I'll be accused of usurping the government. I don't like it. That amendment is a legalized coup d'etat. If enacted, the powers of the office could be forever diminished. Now, I say that we just sit tight for a couple of days until the president's able to make a statement.
What's the itinerary for tomorrow?
Here. Well, the dairy bill's up for signing, and the Prime Minister of the Netherlands is in town. I mean, based on what the doctors have just told me, the president's going to be under anesthesia and painkillers for days.
I have the answer. Simple, really.
Who's that?
I'm the security agent, sir. I'm in charge of the room. I think I have a solution to our problem.
Edith Wilson.
What are you talking about?
Well, you see, Mrs. Reagan, she was Woodrow Wilson's first lady, and when he had a stroke, she got a signature on things, kind of filled in for him.
Ronnie's had a stroke.
No, God, no, Nancy. He's doing much better. And you're going to get to see him. But we just need you to help us out here because we...
Why give me a history lesson? If you let me see my husband, I'll do anything you want.
Can I speak to you privately?
Sure.
How about we step outside? constitutional authority, but everything that's being said in there is in direct violation of the 25th Amendment.
Now, hold on.
Let me
Al.
finish. That amendment was designed specifically for situations like this. You should be making all the executive decisions.
I realize what you're saying, but the vice president has a certain stand-in authority.
Then what is the point of the 25th Amendment? We are talking about official executive power. The amendment should be invoked now.
I understand all that, but like I said, there are other considerations.
You're goddamn right there are. The Troika's gonna resist any transfer of power because as long as the president is incapable, they are running this government. And that's what they want.
And guess what, Al? They're the ones that brought it up.
God damn it, George! They are staff! They have no constitutional authority!
I gotta get back in there.
You know, I have been accused of making a power play. They're the ones who are making it, and you know I'm right.
Oh, I'm here, Ronnie. I'm here for you. The doctors say you're going to make it. God. Oh. Been praying so. What, Mike?
Remember what we talked about?
Darling, I'm sorry to trouble you with this, but the country has to know that you're doing well. And so, can you sign? Here, I'm putting a pen. There's a pen. Hold that. This is the dairy bill. You have to sign it.
The dairy bill?
Farm support, sir. It's due to be signed today. We want to show that you're up to it.
You think you can? Here. I'll hold right firm here. Thank you.
Nancy.
What?
Try again.
No, it's enough. He's too weak.
Just try it once more.
It's enough. Enough. Darling, it's okay. Nurse, could you? He's breathing.
They're gonna move him up to recovery soon. We need to get some lights up there. I want to get a picture.
Oh, Mike, I want this photograph cropped, you understand? My husband is president of the United States. I will not have him looking like an invalid.
He's not gonna look like an invalid, Nancy.
Sweetheart. Ronnie, you gotta just smile. All right, there you go. Smile, honey. Look there, look there. Smile, honey. Smile. Wait till I'm out. Smile. That's it. Thank you, Ronnie. Smile, smile, smile. Oh, wait, please, not when I'm in it. Smile, look there. Look there. Look here. Look here, Ronnie. Would you wait till I'm out of it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no. Okay, smile. Smile, darling. Smile. Smile. Honey, here I am. Here I am. Smile. Hello, darling. Stop. Stop it. That's it. Mike, this is not going to work.
We're gonna take a lot of pictures.
No, what about the machines and the crap?
No,
The tubes
it'll be
hanging around
fine.
the-
It will
Mike,
be fine,
I
Nancy.
can't. It's...
Nancy, why do you think I'm doing this? You think I like this? I don't like this any more than you do, but we don't have a choice.
I know that.
I mean, if the press gets wind of all the fuck-ups that went on around here today, they'll be all over us.
You're right.
They didn't vote for the man.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Then help me protect him, please.
I'm so sorry, darling. I'm so sorry. Could you just try to smile one more time? That's it. Smile. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. That's perfect. That is enough. Now, can you please leave my husband alone?
Mr. Meese, if you were distressed, why so?
I want to make it clear that none of us were distressed with Al Haig in any way. There wasn't 1 second when there was a lack of anybody in charge. Al thought it was important that we reassure our allies.
and other people that there was a continuity of government. I personally had discussions with Haig in which we agreed that he would be our point of contact in the Situation Room of the White House, which he quite properly should be as a senior cabinet officer.
Now, what about these rumors that he's now persona non grata?
Well, as Washington Ted would expect. Al Haig is Secretary of State until Ronald Reagan decides different.
Mr. Vice President, I'll be in my office if you need me.
We're going to the hospital. You're welcome to come with us if you like.
No, that's all right. I'll visit the president when he's better.
In the morning, I think it'd be a good idea if we had a cabinet meeting. Let the world know we're going about our business.
I'll be there.
Before you leave, Al, there's some things we need to clarify. The press is going to ask questions.
Yes, well, that's their job, Cap. Yeah, I guess they're going to ask me to explain my crime, my gaffe, my poor choice of words.
What are you going to say? We need to know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess you're worried that I'll attribute my mistakes to the mistakes of another responsible party in this room who unnecessarily placed us in a war condition. Or that I'll reveal that we couldn't communicate from the op center. Or that we couldn't find the man with the football. And that we lost the nuclear code card. Or that we are presently engaged in a deception regarding the president's health in order to cover up who is or who is not running the country.
You're not going to say all that, are you, Al?
No. No. Like the good soldier that I am, I'll be happy to fall on my sword. Good night, gentlemen.
Who's been making executive decisions? President Reagan has maintained formal presidential power throughout. You've seen the copy of the dairy bill he signed this morning.
Handwriting's pretty shaky on that, Larry.
I didn't know you were a handwriting expert, Leslie. I want to make it clear that there was not 1 second when there was a lack of anybody being in charge. The government did not skip a beat.
Mr. Bush, what is your status right now, technically?
I'm the vice president.
And are you standing in for the president?
No, I'm not. The president is the president.
Well, when do we get to see the president?
We interview President Reagan. Here we are. Pass those around, would you? As you can see from the photo, folks, all is clearly well.
So if a decision of national security needed to be made at this moment, he could do it.
The president is completely with it, completely capable of taking actions.
Two weeks after the shooting, President Reagan was discharged from George Washington Hospital. Although it was reported that he was completely healthy and returning to a full schedule, the president continued to experience pain and discomfort and was not fully recovered until midsummer of 1981, nearly 4 months after the attack. John Hinckley was found not guilty in the shooting of President Reagan by reason of insanity and has been confined to a mental hospital. The stranger who entered George Washington University Hospital was a failed medical student hoping to be reinstated by saving the president's life. Deemed harmless by the Secret Service, he was later released. James Brady never fully recovered from the shooting. He has become a leading advocate for gun control. The following year, after persistent questions pertaining to his handling of the crisis, Alexander Haig formally resigned as Secretary of State. He has never returned to public service.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.